Hey guys, I'm Heather, and I'm the oldest.
She's the emotional one.
Oh my God. Sorry, Pollyanna, 1 second. I'm gonna pee.
Hey guys, I'm Ben. I'm the middle child.
And he's the practical one.
Oh, here's I'm pragmatic. I take my favorite song and I'm willing to cut it.
Ew, get off the cross. You're not the only one who did that. I'm Beth, and I'm the baby.
She's also the swing vote.
You had one job. What did you say? What did you say? What came out of your mouth?
Together, we make the Music List podcast. Welcome to the Music List podcast. We want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas season. We hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. For the month of December, we're going to be doing a couple of Christmas-themed podcast lists. And for those of you that don't know, we are the Music List. We are siblings that argue while making music lists. And so we want to thank you all for listening. If you do like what you hear, go ahead and share, like. If there's an option for leaving a review, please leave one, a nice one, as your Christmas gift to us. That would be great. I'm Ben. With me are my sisters, Heather and Beth. And the first Christmas-themed show that we're going to do is Novelty Christmas songs. We kind of have a sense of humor in our household.
We have no choice.
So we like to think anyway.
Yeah.
And this was one that sort of just kind of came to the front. You know, when we were talking about what are some Christmas-themed podcast shows we could do, I think Novelty Christmas songs may have been the first one. You know, like most families would say, oh, our favorite Christmas carols. Or, you know, but no, let's do Novelty Christmas songs. So, you know, we always do this part when you're looking for your list, when you're making your list. What specifically?
Checking it twice.
Ooh, I see what you did.
Well, we
there.
had really different reactions to that.
Yeah. What specifically were you looking for, like to rank your? Because I mean, there were not a lot of novelty songs. I mean, a lot being kind of a vague word, but like when you pick out the best rock and roll songs of the '70s, there are literally thousands upon thousands of songs. I would say we may be approaching maybe 100 songs, maybe that were famous enough, well known enough for us to make the list, I guess.
Yeah.
What were you looking for when you were making your list, and how did you decide on ranking them?
Well, when I texted you, I texted, I'm not sure I understood this assignment because I'm not sure that I share the same definition of a novelty song. But
You're in luck because I brought the definition of a novelty song with me
good.
today.
And that is,
Okay, a novelty song is a type of song built on some sort of novel concept, such as a gimmick or a piece of humor or a sample of popular culture. So they, a lot of the time, overlap with comedy songs or musical parody in some way.
okay, well, I did, but it was strictly by accident that happened. But,
So so I don't know what you were looking for, Ben.
Well, I tell you, I say that. I want to say that I thought it almost had to be funny.
yeah,
But then looking at
one of mine's not really fun.
my first pick, I would say that it's not particularly funny, but that it is, I guess, novel in some way. Like there is, like you kind of focus on some strange aspect or something of Christmas or something that maybe doesn't necessarily relate to the things we normally associate with Christmas, I guess, or that there's some sort of a spin on it. You know, it's not your traditional Carol of the Bells or peace, you know, to all goodwill towards men and kind of a thing. So I think that it's broad enough, and I have a feeling that all three of us approached this assignment differently, which means that we're going to have very different lists, which is going to make for a great playlist because it's not going to be monotonous. It's going to be, you know.
And you know, as a choral director, I'm quickly approaching just. I don't know how many songs I have left on my list that I can even listen to anymore. I used to love Christmas music before I became an educator.
They do really get ruined by choral arrangements very quickly.
Choral
don't they?
arrangements and just having to do them. You have to start rehearsing them in
So
October.
do Black Sabbath songs.
Listen,
What do Christmas carols and Black Sabbath songs have in common? Choral arrangements can ruin them.
They can.
Indeed.
True.
and our church starts preparing for Christmas in August. And honestly, as somebody who I'm hot or cold on Christmas music. Sometimes, like, it just depends on the day.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just really don't feel like going to Wednesday choir practice because I'm like, I don't want to sing Silent Night for the
Right.
34th time since August.
Well, I really enjoyed the novelty song thing because usually they don't make choral arrangements out of novelty songs. And I have had, I'll tell you after the podcast, some of my really not so great educator moments in teaching some
novelty songs?
not novelty songs, traditional Christmas. Well, I'll just tell you now, and we can edit it out if it's not suitable for
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
not suitable for a G rating. But so
What?
well, you mentioned Carol of the Bells, and that's why it brought it to mind. But the last phrase is, of course, ding dong, ding dong.
Oh, yeah.
And I needed my altos to stay on that
Oh, God.
longer. And I was like, ladies, you got to hold on to that last dong longer. Hold on to the dong. And
And then it's over with.
it was over, and now I can't do
middle
it
school and
anymore.
high
Like,
school
we can't
students.
do it anymore.
Because you're dealing with teenagers.
Yeah.
Correct.
So they're not going to be able to handle that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'm a little different because y'all are Halloween. Those are y'all. That's both of your favorite holiday is Halloween, right? I mean, is that fair? That's your favorite.
I don't know. I mean, I love
say so.
Christmas, but
But y'all know Christmas is.
Yeah, you're all-
Yes.
And
you
so,
are
like, I don't know that I
fond of Christmas.
necessarily like to sing Christmas songs, but I just like being surrounded by Christmas songs. It just feels cozy, I guess. So, not necessarily these songs, because these songs aren't meant to. So, but without any further ado, I guess we could get to the draft. And the draft order for novelty Christmas songs, Beth drafts first, then Heather, then me. And then in the second round, I'll draft first, then Heather, then Beth, and then Beth, Heather, me.
okay.
So, without further ado, Beth, give us the overall number one pick in the novelty Christmas songs.
I'm so excited to introduce the world.
Oh no.
I don't know. A lot of people probably know it already, but this is Christmas by Froggy Fresh, the artist formerly known as Krispy Kreme.
Froggy Fresh.
Money maker Mike.
A
Christmas song.
First thing on my list, go figure. It's a brand new John Cena action figure.
Action.
Thing on my list, guess what? It's a really cute girl with a really cute butt. Mike said, Froggy Fresh, hold up. Mom said you're not allowed to touch a girl's butt until you're grown up. That's right, I forgot about that rule. Not allowed to touch butts until you graduate.
Beth knows
from school.
every single word.
Yeah. Cause third on my list is a brand new John Cena watch for my wrist.
Now we're moving
All right.
to item
So,
number 4.
I don't really.
Brand new John Cena.
Yeah, so basically he
Tell
wants,
us the stats on this song.
you know, I couldn't tell you about the stats, but basically,
It's too small.
I won't have us listen to the whole thing, but, oh, that was my
Christmas. Come check out my wish list. Girl, I'm in a good boy. That's none of your business. I just want some good toys. Can I get a witness? Got all
I mean,
my homies yelling Christmas.
man, it's just, it's so funny. And like Froggy Fresh, if you haven't heard Froggy Fresh, his other songs, he has a ton of Halloween songs, just some general time of the year songs. The Baddest is iconic.
Why James cried?
Yeah, because he just got dunked on. And so he's just so funny. But like basically throughout the whole song, he's talking about his Christmas list, and a lot of them are John Cena items, which is absurd. Like, but really funny. The stuff he comes up with and the way he describes a brand new box of Betty Crocker Fudge brownies. Like, to listen to this back is going to be so chaotic because I can't even get like a thought out because I'm hearing it. But yeah, I just love this song, and I think that it's a great novelty song because it's funny. And
When we made the big list, you know, and I had to go watch this because I knew that this was a possible pick. So I go in and I watch the video. And what's hilarious is like when he says Froggy Fresh, they always black out his mouth.
Because he used to be Krispy Kreme, and they told him he couldn't use it anymore. So all of his older videos where he goes Krispy Kreme, they have to black it out. So they weren't going to go back and re-record them all.
That's crazy. It was hilarious because like the whole list is John Cena stuff and then like a box of brownies.
Yeah. And Illmatic. So that's my first pick. And I think it's a pretty
And the majority of his stuff is pretty clean.
Yes. Now, if you go and listen to his actual name, I can't remember what his government name is, but he's released some music underneath his real name, and that is not clean. So if you want your kids to be able to listen to it,
Listen to Froggy Fresh.
listen to Froggy Fresh.
Yeah.
Stick with Froggy Fresh, yeah. He talks about farts a lot. Happy Christmas.
Heather?
Okay, so we're to Heather now with her first pick of the first round.
Okay. This song is really just a sentimental favorite, and I'll tell you why. Because when we were growing up, we have a huge extended family, and we started celebrating with one particular branch, like on December 22nd or 23rd. All our relatives from Texas would come in, and we would all gather at my great Aunt Millie's house in a little 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. And I counted up the other day, and we easily, at some point, had to have 50 people in that house.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure.
And so it was.
It looked like, and I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but it honestly, like, you remember what the Superdome looked like after Katrina?
Oh my
I mean, it looked like that. I mean, it was just sleeping
was
bags
chaos.
and cots.
Yeah.
And like during the day, they would roll them all away.
Yep.
And we would have that one big room where the Christmas tree was.
Yep.
Or they would shove them off into that little bedroom. But then about 11:30, as kids started to, collapse, the cots and the sleeping bags would come back.
Pillows in the hallway.
And oh my goodness, Beth, you're too young to remember. But we used to bowl with beer cans and beer bottles. I remember we would one year I got one of those little little dart guns with the suction cups on it, and I didn't get to play with it because all the men were setting up the little characters and using my
If there was
toys.
something you could bet on,
Oh yeah.
we were going to bet on it.
Oh yeah,
We were going to gamble about it.
absolutely.
So there were probably, 6 people dealt into a poker game with another probably 6 sitting around watching the poker game. And that's just in the little dining area. There were people in the kitchen. The adult women were in the living room. The teenagers were in the back bedroom. The old men were wherever the TV was watching the ball game. And the kids were just running in a circle around the whole house. It was chaos. And somebody was always in the bathroom.
Well, I mean,
And there may be a story or two where people opened that door before somebody was prepared for that door to be open.
ooh.
Yeah. So this song is called Merry Christmas from the Family.
Oh, I love this.
And it is just, since
It's all about
it's just, you don't know how you're related to people.
while the stereo plays. Noel, Noel, the first Noel.
It's an interesting
I don't
version.
know, what version this is.
I love his voice, though. I mean, it's very...
Yeah. Well, it's about half speed. I don't know what version we're playing, but
On the turkey, turn the ball game on. Mix margaritas when the eggnog's gone.
check.
Send somebody to the quick pack store. We need some ice and an extension cord.
check.
Can of
This-
dip and some diet rides. A box of tampons
in the next verse, it's Salem Lights.
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
Merry Christmas from the fan.
I don't really know what to say about this song. It's just that we've lived it, you know.
Childhood, yeah.
And it was just chaos, but it was organized somewhat, controlled chaos.
It was, and I think that a lot of people can relate to this, particularly if they did not grow up in wealthy families. I think this is a pretty traditional kind of lower middle class
Now,
Christmas scenario.
To be fair, before Mimi listens to this podcast and goes, wait a second, we did get out the plates at Thanksgiving, you know, with all the little, you know, Victorian people on them and the
place
china and the
settings,
place settings and the tablecloths, like real tablecloths that you had to wash
Right.
and stuff like that.
I'm just
we
saying
did that,
there's a
but
lot of
then we-
people in Arkansas that can say, I relate to this Christmas song.
I mean, we after we did those dishes,
Oh,
we
yeah,
went straight
it
to
was
the
over
paper
with.
cups and the styrofoam.
But we also kept our poker chips in an old cookie can.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah.
what those Danish cookie cans, we had poker chips in those. Yeah.
Yeah, we had there was we drank wine at dinner perhaps, but then it was Miller Lite after dinner was over.
So Beth went with a rap, and Heather went with a, let's say,
I don't know what that was in country.
Categorize it. It's country kind of.
kind of a, yeah, we'll call it a southern
What's about to happen?
something. I don't know. I'm trying to come
Something
up with
weird.
a word that we can say. Reminisce of Christmas, and I'm going with a. It could be a novelty song. It could be a classic.
What?
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
That was on my long
okay.
list.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
What a voice!
You really are a heel.
He's actually really good.
You're as cuddly as a cactus.
And he's
You're
also
as
Tony the
charming
Tiger.
As an eel, Mr. Grinch.
I did not know that.
You can hear it
You're
now,
a
can't you?
bad banana
Yes.
with a greasy black
For the longest time, I thought it was James Earl Jones,
It does sound like him.
but it's actually Thurl Ravenscroft is the guy's name.
You're a
Really?
monster.
Mm-hmm.
Mr.
Did you think it was James Earl Jones?
No, I thought it was Boris Karloff
Heart's an
Oh.
empty hole.
No.
because he
I wouldn't
voiced
Your
Yeah, maybe it is.
the Grinch.
Or is it?
bride is
Maybe Thurl Ravenscroft is the composer.
Mr. Grinch. I wouldn't touch you with
This
a
choral arrangement
39.5-foot pole.
done. We had to hear this.
You're
This was. Or,
It's not as horrible.
It's
as-
not that bad because it's made to be silly.
Yeah,
And so this one's fine. This one, what's the Beach Boys song?
Little Saint Nick.
Little Saint Nick. That one's not that
I've done them
bad.
all.
Yeah. Well, we did too. Like when I was in
Yeah.
middle school, high school, she loved all of those.
Yeah.
And we had a pretty good group of guys, and so this was not such a pain to
Yeah.
hear.
No, he was. It is Thurl Ravenscroft. Yeah, he sang. He was the vocalist, uncredited vocalist for You're a Mean One, but he was also Tony the Tiger for more than 5 decades.
Wow.
Your heart is full
Well, I was giving Boris Karloff a whole lot of
of gunk.
singing credit that he didn't deserve.
But this is, I mean, most
I share a
kids.
birthday with him.
Most kids have seen this.
Fun fact.
And I quote,
Obviously, this is one of the great Christmas specials
Sure.
Yeah.
of all time, and so. And it just kind of is one of my favorite songs, novelty songs, because I just associate it with my childhood.
That's a good pick. Why were
Yeah.
you hesitant about that?
No, I was just kind of noting the different directions that we go.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that probably will continue.
And I think
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say. I'm wondering if that difference is going to continue.
This might be the Halloween party playlist all over again.
And it's not that anybody is wrong. It's just our 3 different personalities.
Yeah.
I think they're
took
gonna
the
show.
list in different.
That's probably
because
Oh no.
I can say that for me, for sure.
because I also get the first pick of the second round,
Yeah.
and it is the Chipmunk song,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I had that on my list too.
"Christmas Don't Be Late" by Alvin and the Chipmunks.
We had this record. We had this record growing
Yes,
up.
we did.
Okay, Simon?
This is actually a really funny song.
Also, have done the choral arrangement of this.
Alvin. Alvin!
Kanye could have done this.
When you listen to it in the car, do you always do a chipmunk voice?
I do.
I do. That's why I didn't know if that was normal. Like, if you think about it, do you sing it like this?
I don't know.
You know you sing this part.
Oh, that, yeah.
Can you imagine the original recording session of this having to
Yeah.
sing it so slow?
Oh. Is that how they did
I
that?
think so. I think they used to sing it really slow and,
And then just speed it up. That's, gosh, because it's already kind of slow.
I could be totally wrong, but I think that's how they did it.
I'm just sitting here trying to
Is this a
make the
waltz?
voice.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Is that right?
Okay, fellas, get ready.
There you go.
That was very good, Simon. Very good, Theodore.
See,
Alvin.
every once in a while I get something right.
Alvin.
But I don't. There wasn't a Chipmunk Christmas special, was there?
Surely there was.
I don't remember.
Because they had those little, they had some Halloween ones. Where
think it's-
they meet the Wolfman and
Hallie was little when the movies were coming back out, and I think there was something about in one of the movies. I think they incorporated it. Maybe I don't remember. But we listened to that record a lot when we were
Yeah.
little.
they do indeed have a Christmas special. It's been, thank you for,
Verified.
thank you production.
But I don't know. This song did not necessarily come from that, though. Maybe.
I don't think
No, I think that
so.
special probably came out after the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Heather, second pick of the second round.
Now that you've talked about our patterns, I'm a little self-conscious now. But as it turns out, I do have a pretty inappropriate sense of humor in what I think is funny. And so this next song is called The Chimney Song.
Oh, that's a good one.
Since Christmas. There's something stuck up in the chimney and I don't know what it is, but it's been there all month long. Well, it's jammed up tight above the fireplace. Now the house smells funny, such a big disgrace that there's something in the chimney and it doesn't talk at all, and it's been there since last Christmas.
And so, it starts off, it's
Been a week.
it's just been a day, and then it's been a week, and the last verse is, I'll be waiting up for Santa like I did last year, but my brother says he's already here. And he's stuck up in, so,
Oh, there it is.
oh, there it was.
And he's stuck up in
And he's stuck up in the chimney.
Yeah. So, I think that little kid voice just singing something that's so dark.
It really is morbid.
It really is.
But that album that's on is, we used to listen to that.
Twisted Christmas.
Twisted Christmas.
Oh, it had the 12
listening-
Pains of Christmas.
Which made my list but didn't make my top. But like we would go every year driving around looking at Christmas
Yeah.
lights, and we would all pile up like in a clown car and just drive around Hot Springs,
Yep.
Little
Now, to be
Rock.
fair, that was not a clown car.
A town
town
car.
Town car.
Yes. It looked much the same because we were crammed in there. And Dad would put that on. He'd put that in the CD changer in the back, some other stuff. But that had that song on it, the 12 Pains of Christmas.
The restroom door said gentleman.
That's one of my favorite ones.
And remind me, but I want to say that when we were kids, Dr. Demento was on the radio, maybe Magic 105, something like that. In the
They would play
mornings.
these on the Dr.
And I
Demento
think these
show.
would be like
Yep.
during Christmas time on the Dr. Demento show as
It's
well.
done by Bob Rivers. If you want to go look these up, it's Bob Rivers' Twisted Christmas. And
Yeah.
do yourself a favor. Go check these out. 'Cause
I rediscovered a lot of them when I was looking this up because I was deciding. I was trying to put the Chimney Song, the 12 Pains of Christmas, because the 12 Pains of Christmas is Chef's Kiss.
And as an adult,
Yeah.
it's even funnier as an adult.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, and I forgot about that one and that one, you know. So there are a lot of good ones on there if you want to go check those out. Good pick.
Yep.
My next pick, I feel like I will get some immediate backlash. And I feel like I know what it's going to be.
Is it Kenny Chesney's?
It's not.
Level
I
backlash?
don't think it'll be that bad, but you know, heck if I know these days. Because I didn't think that pick was that bad as far as an iconic person, but we're not on that episode anymore. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Okay.
So
I feel like you're holding some resentment back from the last episode.
everything is fine. Everything is fine.
No
so
shirt.
my second
No shoes, no problem.
no problems.
right?
No problems here. Me and Kenny. All right. So my second pick is the Hanukkah song by Adam Sandler.
It is really hilarious.
It is.
It really is. And
This is a song
there's no. We're obviously not going to do.
We should have been more inclusive and done holiday.
See, this
novelty
is a
songs.
novelty
nice
holiday
Jewish kids
song.
You don't get to hear any Hanukkah songs. Here we go.
Yeah, see,
But he does mention Christmas at the very beginning.
he does. So I feel like, and you know, Jesus was Jewish. So, and that's the reason for the season. So really, there is a line there.
You're making connections.
Yeah.
To celebrate Hanukkah.
His voice on this is so funny.
Hanukkah is.
Festival of lights. Instead of one day of presents, we have 8 crazy nights.
I think my favorite part of the song is O.J. Simpson,
Not a Jew.
Yeah. So what did I even? It's hard to come up with reasons for these songs because it's just like
You just like
I
'em,
think
yeah.
it's funny, and that's it. So anyway, obviously it's not really technically a Christmas song, but we all listen to. Even the Protestants listen to this song at
True.
Christmas. So
True.
So in the spirit of the holiday season and inclusion, I have chosen the Hanukkah song. So it's a great sing along song.
But this CD, this comedy CD, I believe came out when I was in high school. Because I remember listening to it, and some of the skits in it are hilarious, but
Yeah.
also not appropriate for
Yeah.
Our program. But
This is probably one of the few Christmas SNL features that we could play.
yeah,
Because, I mean, Stuff in a Box is Christmas.
Wait, I do have.
There's one about going home for the holidays, like in my twin bed or something like that. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
but he
I don't know, they have a lot
included
of fun
this.
stuff.
I'm almost positive he included this on his on whatever
With
comedy album he
the Lunch
released.
Lady and stuff. I
Yeah,
think that's right, yeah.
And because I don't remember which one of my friends had the CD, but we listened to it all the time, and it was,
Yeah.
the skits were just hilarious. But I love, there were some people that I did not know were Hanukkah,
Me
were
either.
Jewish.
I know.
I didn't know Rod Carew converted. I didn't know.
Is all that real? Or is that a joke that you're saying?
I'm good. Hey,
Are these people, I mean, well,
What?
I feel like I maybe, because you were like, I didn't know that, like it was teaching you things, but was he for real?
I think that's
I
what
think
he's
he was.
saying.
Yeah, I think he wrote it. For
I thought he just used random people's names because they rhymed.
No, like I know some of them were like Spock.
Yeah.
Was he now?
Yeah.
Well, how about that? I'm learning.
Nimoy was really Jewish.
Yeah.
So I
maybe it's-
like the few names that I knew
Yeah.
were Jewish. I just assumed that they all were,
Okay.
and so I just kind of took him at his word that he was writing a song for the Jewish boys and girls because
Well,
there weren't a lot of.
We'll have to tag him. Adam
Yeah,
Sandler,
but
what all these people
I think he was
really do.
Like Goldie Hawn's half Jewish.
because he did say O.J. Simpson
yeah.
not a Jew.
Right.
He was very clear about that.
He was very clear, and I think he was probably right. Yeah.
Not a Jew. But guess who is? Hall of Famer Rod Carew. He converted.
Okay. Well, we're all just it's an educational moment today.
Yeah,
Do I get the next pick too?
you do.
Wow. Okay. So again, our personalities, I think, like Heather said, are kind of showing. This one's somewhat in line with my first pick as far as just really just wanting a fun Christmas song. And I heard this one recently because I think it was maybe released. Yeah, okay, in 2018. And so it's a relatively new one. So we're just, we're getting new up in here. And this is Hey Sis, It's Christmas by RuPaul.
Hey sis, it's Christmas. You can cross me off of your wish list. Call Santa Claus and the missus. We gon' have the best Christmas
That ever existed. Hey sis,
it's Christmas. Come on over, bitch, you can't miss this.
Whoops.
When we get stuck in, I get a witness. We gon' have the best
I'm pretty sure this was an Old Navy commercial.
Boom, bright,
I'm
Christmas, white.
Yeah.
Reindeers pulling
He says
sleigh
so.
tonight. Don that
Tonight.
umbrella so gay, that's right. All of Santa's elves be giving me life. Shoot, score, eggnog, floor. Living room lit like never before.
I mean, it's fun.
The door, holiday
It is very in keeping with your.
cup of tea under
It is. It's very me, isn't
It
it?
is very you.
Yeah. If you really know me, you know this is a very me song. So it's a party song. It's a fun. It's danceable. A little jam, if you will.
It's a little jam.
So it's probably very relatable to the young people. Because
I would not
of all the
know.
slang. I'm somewhat out of touch since I stopped teaching in the high schools. But
And apparently RuPaul had like an entire Christmas album. Is that true?
that I did not know. I just came
She's like,
across this.
"What?"
I literally, but I will find out. Is a whole album? Production says it's a whole album,
She's like, excuse me while I go
which
check
is
my Apple Music.
Production is my niece over there on the couch, by the way. Yeah, so I'm
In
gonna
the
have to go.
studio, you mean?
Yes, yeah, the couch in the very expensive studio of your house. So I'm gonna have to go listen to that. But hey, sis, it's Christmas. For your consideration.
We'll consider it.
Oh, well. Well, then you're going to like my third pick then.
Oh boy!
I feel like you will.
Hit me with it.
Oh, I could. Yeah, she probably will.
How do you know what it is?
He made the. Oh. Oh, we're just.
I'm guessing.
We're just.
I might have seen her list.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your pick, Heather?
My pick is Christmas in Hollis
Boy, I like it.
by Run DMC. 1987. It samples several things, but chief among them is Clarence Carter's holiday classic, Backdoor Santa. I just about made Beth spit. Anyway, I mean, there's not a lot to say about this song, except the video went on to win Rolling Stone's Best Video of the Year in 1987, beating out Michael Jackson's Bad.
Wow.
Which is a horrible video, to be fair. But it was Michael
Is that
Jackson.
It's bad, the West Side Story
one?
I kind of enjoy that one.
Well,
You know, I used it in class a lot.
yeah.
We talked about illusion. So thanks, Michael
So,
Jackson, for the teachable moment.
Yeah. So there's not a whole lot of,
Yeah, I find it hard
say.
to advocate for the picks on this one.
Yeah.
Because it's really so subjective.
I've always liked Run DMC because they don't take themselves too seriously.
Right. And the video is pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's very 80s, but
You got the little elf,
Yeah, with the
tearing
Simon,
everybody.
yeah.
Like, I think the elf's
naughty-
name was Naughty Naughty.
I don't remember. So there we go.
Benjamin.
But, yeah, and I love like Santa Claus in the video is like very clearly wearing a, you know, I mean, you could see
Yeah.
like the little drawstrings around the beard, and I mean, it was very clearly. They didn't try to make it look super duper or anything.
Authentic,
And
yeah.
I was a little surprised that by that little factoid about it being video of the year.
Yeah. Rolling Stones video of the year.
Oh.
So
Like,
not
we didn't
like-
win the MTV award or
Yeah.
anything. He didn't get a Moon
Oh,
Man.
Rolling Stone, they do some whack stuff
They
on their
do. They do.
things.
I think Rolling Stone will sometimes do things just to be
To troll people.
yeah,
To be different.
Yeah.
That what you don't expect.
right,
Right.
just to make people mad, you know,
Yeah.
or to
To seem hyper intellectual about their
Yes.
choices. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't know.
Anyway, Rolling Stone.
what
At
came
Rolling
first?
Stone.
Rolling Stone, the band came before Rolling Stone magazine, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, goodness, Rolling Stone, the band's been like since the 1920s or something. You know, I mean, goodness gracious. They remind me of Spinal Tap. You know, because like Spinal Tap started like with like folk.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well, if you watch the Start Me Up video, you will think you
Yeah.
are watching Spinal
Oh
Tap.
man,
Yeah.
yeah, that was something else.
We went from Run DMC to
We got off track a
we
little
got
bit there.
off track. Okay, my pick, last pick of the third round, which would be the last pick of the evening, as it were. I'm going with "I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus" by the Jackson 5.
Wow.
Was that a kissing noise?
Yeah.
I never got that before.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus underneath the mistletoe
Beth.
last night.
Thoughts?
She didn't see me creep.
How good is Michael Jackson?
Traumatized.
Thought that I was tucked up in my bedroom fast asleep. Then I saw Mommy take a
It's not okay. It's not okay. This song.
It's not okay.
We talked about,
What a laugh it would have been.
yeah, how hilarious if Dad had seen. Yeah. So until I was probably, in college, apparently I was 29 years old after college. I thought that the child really did see Mama kissing Santa Claus, and that she was stepping out on the dad with Santa Claus, and the kid was like, "This is funny," and I didn't realize that it was the dad dressed up like Santa.
Well, at the end, he's like, I'm going to tell my dad.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I was upset by it. Like, this song truly upset me for years because I was like, turn this crap off. This is not appropriate. And then we were at Bunko, and I expressed my dislike of the song and my reason, and all of the women older than me were like, Beth, you're stupid. They were gentler than that a little bit, but they razzed me pretty good about it. And so I hope I'm not the only one that thought that.
I don't think you are. I saw somebody post something today
Yeah.
about how they thought that.
They should have been more clear in the lyrics.
Well, you'd have to.
Yeah. They should have.
I think as an English teacher, we're supposed to infer.
Yeah. Because if you
Well-
don't infer, you're going to have to give away some secrets.
Right.
Oh. Oh. So also not a parent, so I don't think about things like that.
Right, there you go. So,
Yeah. So anyway, that was fun.
But I think I put it on the list number one because it's a really good novelty song. Number two, we're talking about Michael Jackson, and almost not everything Michael Jackson touched was great, but almost. Hey,
No.
hey,
You did that on purpose. Did you? Did you? You
no,
did.
ma'am, no, ma'am. Wait, what are y'all talking about?
That's your soundbite for season 2.
What are
That's
y'all
your
laughing
intro
at?
soundbite.
Everything
what do
Michael
you-
Jackson touched was great.
What,
Not
what do-
everything.
what do y'all think I meant by that?
Anyway,
Let's talk
So-
about how good is Michael Jackson.
Anyway, but so we got a little Motown action going on there, and plus it's a novelty song, so it fit the list.
yes, it does.
So those are the 9 picks. Beth, can you tell us what the 9 picks are?
I sure can. Ben chose You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, the Chipmunk Song, and I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Heather chose Merry Christmas from the Family, the Chimney Song, and Christmas in Hollis. And I chose Christmas by Froggy Fresh, the Hanukkah Song, and Hey Sis, It's Christmas.
It's a diverse list.
It is.
No doubt, no doubt. We can go through some of the songs that did not make the 9 that were on the big list. There were some on my list that kind of went along with some of the other stuff. I did have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on there. I had Frosty the Snowman on there. Both of them, the Gene Autry ones. Those were, I think, the original. I think Gene Autry did the original for the original recording of those. I had Santa Baby by Eartha Kitt.
Oh, now see that to me, that is my most problematic Christmas song.
Hate. Yes.
Gross. Super gross.
That's
So
that's
you would
an
not have-
episode
you
for
would-
next
you would
year.
have, You would have
Yeah.
been trying to not put that in the top 5 then.
no, I think
No.
it's disgusting.
That's what we did discuss at one point doing a problematic Christmas songs episode.
It would
So
top
we need
my
to put
list.
that in our back pocket for next year because
Yeah.
there are a handful of them.
Yeah. Gross.
But it was on. I actually like
The Eartha Kitt version, though?
See, and I wonder if that's the Eartha Kitt
Mm-hmm.
version. I wonder if that's one where like guys don't have so much a problem with it, or maybe it's like a
Right. Kind of like
girls
how
don't
women
it.
have more of a problem with Baby It's Cold Outside
Yeah,
than
Yeah.
men do.
yeah. All I Want for Christmas is My 2 Front Teeth.
Yep,
was
yep,
was
yep.
on my list.
Yep.
I did have Merry Christmas from the Family
Oh, okay,
on my
yeah.
list, and Run Rudolph Run by Chuck Berry.
Okay, I had that one too, and I messed up and I did a lot of research on that one because I thought I had picked it, but it was actually my 4th pick. Come to find out, Chuck Berry wrote the song, and then the guy who wrote Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Johnny Marks, he sued and got a songwriting credit because he had trademarked or copyrighted the name Rudolph.
I saw that, and one of the things I meant to do.
And it's certified platinum. So he got,
One
a
of
lot
the
of
things.
money.
One of the things
Wow.
I meant to do was to look up, is Rudolph a name
yeah, I don't know, but that same guy,
that predates the reindeer story?
it has to be, I would think. I don't know, but I guess you can copyright anything as long as it's
But
not
you
copyright.
can't copyright
I
a
don't know.
name. Like, I can't just say I'm going to take the name Joe and any song with Joe in it, they've got to give me.
But I guess you could in reference to a specific Joe.
And I mean, I guess that's a specific
That's a specific
Rudolph, a character. I guess he,
But Chuck Berry said that he was not. Of course, this is Chuck Berry we're talking about. But Chuck Berry said I was not talking about a specific Rudolph.
of course he said.
And does
mean-
does it even mention reindeer in the song?
Well, Run, Run, Rudolph, Santa's got to make it to town. I mean, we all know how Santa travels.
Maybe Rudolph is an elf.
Maybe so. But Johnny Marks, who he also wrote Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, Holly Jolly Christmas, Silver and Gold, I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day, which is a ripoff of, well, it's
Okay,
an
well-
adaptation
Yeah.
of a Longfellow poem.
Poem, yeah.
He's Jewish.
The first line in the
Story.
the first line is, out of all the reindeers, you know you are the mastermind.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Run,
Oh,
run,
that's right.
Rudolph. Rudolph ain't too far behind.
Okay, well, he,
So,
yeah.
I guess,
That's not going to stand up in a court of law.
I guess he was talking about Rudolph the reindeer.
So, anyway,
So
Fun fact.
those were
did you
those
have?
were the ones on my list. Beth, what songs did you have on your list that we didn't pick?
I also had Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. They were at the bottom of my list. I had the 12 Pains of Christmas off the Bob Rivers album. I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas.
I hate that song.
The girl's voice gets on my nerves, but it's
Yeah.
really fun to sing.
Want a hippopotamus
Yeah.
for Christmas.
Hippopotamus is like me too. Hey, which they wouldn't.
No, they
because
wouldn't.
the hippopotamus is freaking mean.
They're mean, yeah.
Did you
So
know?
that's the most terrible animal to ask for.
Did you know that outside of mosquitoes, is it hippopotami?
Hippopotamus. Well, she says hippopotamus.
Hippopotamuses.
They kill
don't know if she's
more people in Africa than any other animal.
That's what
Yeah.
I've heard.
But she wants one in her house. Stupid little kid. Anyway, and I also had Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Particularly the Family Force 5 version.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you can find it. They don't
Grandma,
have it. She got run over. She got run over by a reindeer, y'all. In vain with my other choices, I guess.
yeah.
But yeah, you can find the video, I think, on YouTube. It's probably real grainy, poor quality because it's old. But yeah, that's a good one. That's what I had, Heather.
I had Please Come Home for Christmas by the Eagles. I'm not sure if that's a novelty song.
novelty
I don't know. It's not funny. It's really kind of sad, but
It is kinda sad.
I like it. Christmas, Baby Please Come Home. I also didn't know if
We're
that
just
was.
picking pop songs.
Well, I didn't see. That's where I said I didn't know. If I
It takes
understood
one
the assignment.
Google search to figure out what a
Okay.
novelty song is.
Anyway, the Chipmunk song and the Muppet 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, okay.
That's the only version that I will listen to because the Miss Piggy part is.
Yeah.
Now, the Burl Ives 12 Days of Christmas is pretty good.
Well, I'll take your word for it. I can't stand that song. You lose me about.
Does anybody look more like Christmas than Burl Ives?
No, not really.
No. Not particularly, but
Like, if I had to guess, if somebody was named Mr. Christmas, I would think they look like Burl Ives.
okay.
Well,
Not that it has anything to do with this conversation.
doesn't.
Other than he did do a mean Rudolph version, though,
Yeah.
for the special.
I'm particular to silver and gold.
Ooh, that's a good one, yeah.
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 okay.
I have a Burl Ives Christmas vinyl album.
Okay.
We
There's
played.
probably some good stuff on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Holly Jolly Christmas, that's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Holly Jolly Christmas is on there for sure.
All right. Well, so those are our those are not the momentum is odd today.
The vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so now we've got our list of 9. And so now we have to cut our list from 9 to 5.
Yep. We got a new song for it, though.
We do. For one night only.
Yeah.
You ready?
Okay.
It's that time. Christmas time is here. That's Maeve Staples, y'all. Christmas Vacation.
I knew what it was.
Ben's like, I wish you hadn't.
Why do you look so disgusted? That's Mavis.
There was y'all.
I'm
I wish
aware.
Flippin' Staples.
Yeah.
I wish there was video on some of these because Ben did not move a muscle. You got the slow eyeball close, and then they just sat there closed for a minute he didn't know how he was going to respond
I'm
to it.
offended.
We worked hard on that.
Well, it's
For-
2022. You can be offended by anything these days. So.
Oh, you're such a snowflake. It's Christmas. You get it?
That's good.
It's like, dang, she got
I'm
me.
filing that one away in my Rolodex,
Some kid's gonna
in my
get
mind.
some kid next week.
Yeah. Okay, so
Not-
this is going to be really, it's going to be really hard because these songs are nothing alike.
Nope.
Yeah.
And there's not like one song that's like a must-have. Like normally when we do these lists, there's like 2 that we're like, we know these 2 have to go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, they're like
weird.
all the same.
Is there a song that all 3 of us had on our long list?
Did you have You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch? Mm-hmm. I had that one too. Obviously, Ben had it. So
I did.
Do we want to say that's a criteria for moving over?
If we all 3 have it on the list, that sounds
I mean, that seems like a good
Like
way
a-
to at least get started.
seems reasonable.
You say that because it's your pick, don't you?
Well, I'm not going to argue. It was my number 1 pick.
Is there anything else?
What about the Chipmunk song? I know at least
I had
2
the
of us
Chipmunk
had
song.
the Chipmunk song.
I had that one, but it was really low.
Okay.
It was like 7.
It was 8 for me. I don't know that I was ever say it's in the top.
I mean, but You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch.
That was in my top 5 though. I mean, it was 5th, but
Yeah.
Can I eliminate one? I would.
I feel like I know where it's going.
I would eliminate RuPaul. Not that sounded bad. I don't want to eliminate RuPaul. I want to eliminate the song
song.
choice.
Okay. That's fine.
What's my straw? I swear.
Where do you have that microphone?
Man, we're so...
We're so stupid.
Today is a weird day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at the list, and I would also like "Merry Christmas from the Family" in there.
I agree. That was my number one
Obviously
pick.
you would. Okay. It's relatable.
And honestly,
I'll agree.
even though I honestly listened to the song for the first time today, I do think "Christmas" by Froggy Fresh is freaking hilarious,
It is.
funny.
Thank you.
and I would not mind it being in the top 5 either.
I like it. Yeah.
Neither would I. Here we go.
What is all this peace on earth, goodwill toward men? All of us being like,
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Hey, sis. It's Christmas.
oh, God.
No, we don't do that one anymore. It got eliminated.
I do it. I will do it every chance I get. I will not let the memory of RuPaul go to waste.
He's not dead.
No, but we already cut him, so he's dead to us today.
Dang.
That's how it goes.
What do we want to do with the Hanukkah song? Are we going to call it a Christmas song? Or
Obviously,
are
I
we-
would, but you know you like it.
I do like it,
The
but there
problem
are
is,
songs I like better.
the problem is we got to eliminate some songs here.
I would eliminate I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, mostly because I don't feel like it's as much of a novelty song as it is somewhat
Just
like a
a
pop
traditional-
Christmas song. And I would also kind of say the same about Christmas in Hollis. That I wouldn't call it as much of a novelty song.
Okay, so can you read us the definition of novelty song again?
A type of song built on some form of novel concept, such as a gimmick, a piece of humor, or a sample of popular culture. Novelty songs partially overlap with comedy songs and with musical parody.
I mean, it sampled a song. Christmas in Hollis does.
So that's
It's
what
like
you're
a-
saying
it-
is
it-
a sample
it overlaps
as a
with
sample of
comedy.
popular culture, not they sample a song.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about how it goes into parody. That would be as close
That's
to a
not
parody.
parody.
It's close. It's close.
It's not close. Every time you hear a sample, every time you hear a sampled song, you're
know,
like,
I'm
"This is
trying-
a musical parody."
No,
no, ma'am,
I
don't
know.
play that.
No, I teach the difference between sample and cover.
Yeah, and you're sitting
Yeah,
here trying to
parody. I know.
use it.
I am.
Don't,
But
I
both,
am.
both of those
Don't do that.
songs fit the definition, right? Because they include humor.
Well,
or-
I guess
or-
it's because I didn't think I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus was very
or-
freaking funny
or a
for
gimmick.
years.
and they both use a gimmick.
Okay, I just don't like them as much. Fine. I'll give you that they could fit the definition. I'll give you that.
That they could.
They could.
I'll give you that they might.
I might give you. I'm thinking about it.
I will agree that maybe.
We only look. Also, we only have 2 spots left. We each got our number 1, which is
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
And now we have. That's how math works. 5. We have 5 because we eliminated Hey Sis, It's Christmas.
I think the chimney song is everything about a novelty song. I think it completely fits the bill.
It is a novelty song. And I mean, it's funny. I don't know. Do I like that better than the Hanukkah song or the Chipmunk song? Not particularly.
Did we agree that we all had the Chipmunk song on our list?
But it was very low.
But did we agree that we all had the Chipmunk song on our top 9?
Yeah, we did.
And we,
Did we-
yeah, that's true.
okay.
We did.
Okay. Just throwing that out there.
I mean, I don't have a problem with that and the chimney song.
No.
She's like, no.
Not over the Hanukkah song. The chimney song over the Hanukkah song?
What's the name of of the episode?
You already agreed earlier that it would be a Christmas song. I really
It's a
don't.
holiday song.
Yeah. And you said we should have been more inclusive. And now you're trying to not be inclusive.
Right.
And you were complaining about that man being Jewish. That
I
wrote
wasn't
the-
complaining. No,
that wrote
I was
those
just
Christmas songs.
noting that he was famous for got famous
what you
writing
said.
Christmas
It
songs.
wasn't what you said. It was how you said
But he
it.
was Jewish.
And I think that we should include the Hanukkah song here. In the name of our Lord. And the Jews for Jesus. Who...
Don't listen to this podcast at all. Looks like you're the swing boat.
Oh,
Wait,
I
hold
don't
on.
need to
So-
be the swing vote.
So Chipmunk song is on.
Yay!
And so-
great choice.
So are we saying that the last spot
Okay.
is either the chimney song or the Hanukkah song?
Okay, because we've eliminated I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. We've eliminated Hey Sis, It's Christmas. Have we definitively cut Christmas in Hollis?
I would say based on the rest of them, yes. I don't think it's as strong a novelty song as the other ones that are
Beth
left.
cut Christmas in Hollis.
I didn't cut it. I just said I don't think it's as strong of a novelty song. Actually, I only barely agree with that it was a novelty song, but that's beside the point.
Okay, so now we've got the Chimney Song or the Hanukkah Song by Adam Sandler. And y'all are split because y'all selected. So
Right.
I'm the swing vote.
Yes.
This is kind of a weird position for me to be in. Okay, let me go through this here. I'm going to go with the Hanukkah song. Because I think it's funnier.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think it's funny. And it may just be that because it reminds me of my high school years. There may be some reminiscing going on there. Maybe bring back some warm feelings.
Hey, that's dumb. I don't like it.
Okay.
And I think it's also kind of funny that we have...
A Hanukkah song on our Christmas song list? Okay.
You know.
So...
All right.
I
so
think we still got to rank them 1 through 5.
Yes,
but what are the 5 picks?
Okay, clearly Hanukkah song is going at the bottom, right?
I don't know why that's clear, but let me read the top 5 and we'll discuss it. The top 5 are You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, Merry Christmas from the Family, Christmas by Froggy Fresh, the Chipmunk song, and the Hanukkah song.
I do think it would be, I think it's a fair compromise to make the Hanukkah song last because it is almost not even a Christmas song.
It's not a Christmas song.
I would like...
Does he even mention Christmas?
He does at the very beginning. We had that conversation that came out of Ben's mouth. He does mention Christmas at the very beginning. Are you here when we have the discussions earlier? I'm going to put it last, but I just think that you need to be present.
Instead of one day of presents, we have 8 crazy nights.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, so the Hanukkah song is 5th.
Can I also say that I think that the number 1 spot's going to be between Mr. Grinch and Merry Christmas from the Family?
I don't feel like the Grinch is funny.
It doesn't have to be funny,
No, it doesn't, but
but it's clearly
all the rest of them
it's
are.
clearly a novelty song.
it is, but why does that make it the best?
It doesn't necessarily make it the best.
Okay, well then why do you think it's the best?
Well, because it is one that everyone knows. Not every.
That
It's
doesn't make it the best.
It's the only one that everyone knows out of this 5 that we have.
I would think everybody.
But
would
it
know
was
the
my
Chipmunk
it was
song.
my number 9. It barely made the
It's-
list at all.
Okay, but if we're going to do that, then like Christmas by Froggy Fresh did not make my list at all, and Merry Christmas from the Family on mine was number. Where'd he go? 6.
I think Beth is the swing vote on this one.
What is it
because
swinging?
he's-
The fact whether it's high or low on the list.
Whether
I
it's,
mean,
I mean, you were acting like between 1 and 2.
I don't
aren't
feel
you?
like it should be that high at all. Based on, here's the thing.
You don't
the
think the
trend
Grinch should be?
the trend of the rest of our songs, well, except for you. Like, Heather and I trended comedy. You trended traditional.
Okay.
And you are 1 out of 3 people.
Math.
The math ain't mathing for it to be number 1 to me. Just because it's well known.
So you're saying that it doesn't matter how good a novelty song is.
No.
If it's not funny, it can't be number 1.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm
That is
saying I don't
exactly
think.
what you're saying.
No,
You're
that's
saying-
not what I'm saying, Benjamin.
That's sort of
That's
what
not what I'm
you're
saying.
saying.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the way we interpreted the topic trended more funny.
Right.
And just because you picked a song that is well known doesn't mean that it should go at the top. That doesn't make sense. That logic doesn't follow.
What does being funny or not being funny have to do with it then?
What does being well known and not being well known have to do with it? Okay, thank you.
Well, the reason
I said good day.
the reason it's so well known is because it's really good.
Snort. But really good. That's so subjective. There's nothing concrete about what you're saying. It's good. It's a good song.
Well, no, except it's extremely famous because it is good.
No, you can't say that a song is that being famous as a song doesn't follow that it's good. There are a lot of songs that are really famous that are trash. So that what you're saying
this
doesn't
is
make
trash?
sense. I'm not saying it's trash. I'm saying that the reasoning you're giving is not solid.
Okay, so what is your criteria for ranking them 1 through 5?
Well, I don't really have it.
You're telling me what the criteria is not.
Yeah.
But we need to determine what the criteria actually is. So
Well,
we can get these. I knew this was going to be so hard because there's not like a standout performer here.
When I think of a novelty song, I do think more humorous. I mean, when you think of a novelty store, you go in there, it's like a joke shop. Not that kind of novelty store. I'm thinking, what?
Oh my God.
Well, I was gonna say like Spencer's, but that doesn't help. That's not a good example.
No.
But I mean, I think the humor should be considered.
I agree. It should be considered.
You know what I
think
mean? When Mr. Grinch isn't funny at all.
It's really not.
I wouldn't touch you with a 99.5-foot pole.
39 and a half.
I think it's 99.
It might be 39.5 foot.
Look, it's not that famous. We don't know it. Okay, so, jeez.
You're a greasy banana.
A black banana with
a black banana with
you
a
put
greasy
your own
black
song in here. You
peel?
don't even know the lyrics.
Well, y'all got me flustered because I honestly, at the way that we just threw Grinch in, I thought Grinch was a shoe in to be
Yeah,
number
you
one.
did, didn't you?
And now I'm having to come out of here like Buster Douglas to try to win this thing.
It's starting to feel a little bit like Bruce Dickinson again. Like, there's really not that much ground to stand on
Right.
to fight so hard for it. But you will not let go. And I'll be danged if we're going to get bullied again
Because
on a not that great
Right?
pick.
because I'm the trooper. And all the Iron
well,
Maiden fans
we're-
rejoiced.
We're 2. I don't think it should be number 1. I honestly don't even know if it should be.
Okay, so what do you think?
Second.
What do you think should be number 1?
I would say Merry Christmas from the Family because of the humor and the relatability aspect of it for all of us.
Okay, so I would have it as my number 2. You would have it as your number 1. It was your number 1. So I guess put it number 1. So at best now, the Grinch can be number 2.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think that's right.
So we know number 1 and we know number 5.
So we need 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah. I think you're not going to like this at all, but I would put Christmas, the Chipmunk song, The Grinch. I would actually put Grinch at number 4. He mad?
So I think there's one too many John Cena references.
There are never enough John Cena references.
Yeah, I think there might be.
No, you thought it was really funny before when it was just
it is.
when
It's
it was
really
just
funny.
let's put it over in the list. But now that it's going above, potentially above your picks, all of a sudden it's not so funny anymore. Let's just. I'm
it's
just
funny.
asking. I'm just asking you to be
It's funny.
consistent. That's all.
It is funny. I'm not saying it's not funny, but I think that we've kind of crossed the line to where we've created this rule about it having to be funny.
I didn't create that rule. The internet did.
No, it didn't. It did not create that rule. It said that humor can be one of the markers of novelty, not the marker of novelty songs. It said it could be a gimmick. It could be a play on whatever.
A gimmick. A gimmick.
social
I have it written down.
pop culture.
A gimmick, a piece of humor, or a sample of popular culture. So, a sample of popular culture, I would say, is what The Grinch falls under.
Absolutely.
And that is the third criteria under
No.
humor. So, with being that it is less.
No, you're believing.
When you put things
You're-
in a list, you put the most important one first.
No, that's not true.
That is true.
That's not true.
That is true, Benjamin.
Not true.
It's true.
That's not true.
Whoever says their opinion last.
Okay. Heather, where do you stand on the case?
Oh, basically, we're not going to agree.
What's left?
The Grinch, Christmas, and the Chipmunk song. What order would you put them in?
I'm upset both of you. I would put the Chipmunk song,
Gross.
Christmas, Grinch.
I could agree with that. Benjamin, what do you think?
I will disagree with that. But I don't have enough votes to change it.
You don't have the vote. You don't have the vote.
So is that what we're doing?
Well, I can't unvote it.
Okay, hold on. And the Grinch. Great.
Okay, so what's our list?
All right. So our final ranking. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. Sorry. Our final ranking is number 1. Oh, best novelty Christmas songs is the topic. Merry Christmas from the Family. 2, the Chipmunk song. 3, Christmas by Froggy Fresh. Number 4, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. And 5, the Hanukkah song.
I feel like we got the top 5 right.
Yeah.
I will agree to disagree on the rankings of the top 5. But nonetheless, it is Christmas, so we're going to have peace, goodwill towards men, all that good stuff. So we want to thank everybody for listening to the Music List Podcast. Please remember to find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter, find us on Instagram. Like, share, leave positive reviews. Thank you. Merry Christmas. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Oh, no. This should have made the list. Now I feel like you have to explain to the people who don't live in town.
Okay, we have a wonderful Christmas lights display on a street called Moline. And this is a parody of Jolene, obviously, that I wrote and sang for one of Heather's classes. And they videoed it, made a video of it, and got quite a few shares around the local neighborhoods.
It's on YouTube.
But once again, Merry Christmas. We'll see you in 2 weeks with another Christmas show.
We all know without a doubt.
Thanks for joining us on the Music List Podcast. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode.
She almost had it.